So before I say anything else, I know that this project will cost a lot if was approved. It would cost an arm and a leg. I have to be totally honest with you. But I do think, and I'll be totally honest, again, I always look at it and say, is it worth? Again, I don't know how much, we haven't priced it or anything like that. It's just an idea at the moment. It hasn't been any planning done or anything like that. But I like the idea. I'll be totally honest, I like the idea. I think it would work. I think it would boost tourism to this area, and I think it would do up this area and make it into a better area. And you might not know this, but up in Cavan Town, if you ever in Cavan Town, beside Tesco car park there, all them areas there, you look up, you see the view. There's a few place called the View. You can see all over Cavan. Back years ago, there was the castle of the O'Reillys back in the 1600s, and it was obviously demolished back in the 1600s. And again, I used to look over all of Cavan Town. I used to see all the way to Ballyconnor, everywhere. You could see all over Cavan, nearly all over Cavan, apart from some places. But you could see basically all over Cavan Town. It would be a nice view, and it was a big, huge castle. It was a huge castle, and again, we could build a replica of it. Again, it would be an idea to build a replica of it. Not exactly on point. We don't have pictures of it or anything like that, but we know to a certain extent what it used to look like. To a certain extent, but looking at that, looking at the groundwork and everything, we know how it used to look. We don't really have an idea, but we have a decent enough idea. Again, it would cost a lot of money to get material to get it to be built and everything. But I do think if we made it big enough, take for example, we made it big enough, and people were able to go up, take for example to the top floor, you can climb up steps, medieval kind of step, and you again, it's part of the culture, it's part of the heritage of Cavan too. It would be good to have it there. Again, just as an acknowledgement to years ago in Cavan. But again, it would be good if you could go up and you could see high up. Where the view is high up, it's very high. It's the highest point in the town. You could go up a few stairs. Like take for example, it probably would have been 5 to 6 stories high. 5 to 6 story building or apartment, whatever in Dublin. That's probably how high it would be. Like you build that going up. And you can see over all of Cavan. You can even see more from that distance. Not just going up 5 stories or 6 stories. About 6 or 7 stories at most. I'm assuming it would be. And you could see over Cavan and everything. You maybe pay €1 or €2 to go up to it. Again, that would boost you. Again, it wouldn't cost an arm like if we charged a few people to go up, right? And it would be good to take photos of it, having a few benches there. We can make it into a nice area. Because it's near John Paul Avenue and everything, we can make it into a nice redone area, because there hasn't been much redone in that area in a long, long time. The county council haven't really done much with the area, let's be honest, and we could do more with that area. There's an opportunity there, that's what I'm trying to say. I know the first county council to say it, but I have often heard a few people mention it. Before this, Paddy Connolly, former Fianna Fáil county councillor in Cavan, he's the one who kind of brought it to the public's attention. I know in Sound, and I was listening to him. He made some good points. And I know some people are saying it should be the O'Reilly family that had the castle years ago should pay for it. Again, I don't know if they're willing to pay and 100% let them pay, but I don't know, sponsor it or whatever they wanted to do. As a private investment, I suppose, and they can fund it themselves, get funded from the local authority, whatever necessary, and they could run it and they could charge a few people for going up or whatever. It would be an idea or whatever. It would work. I do think it would work. I think it would cost a lot of money. I'd say it would cost nearly, to be totally honest, I'd say 2 million, 3 million at most. It would be a lot. I do think it would be a lot. But I don't know if they're talking about the plastic replica or something like that, but I'm assuming that again they're talking about the stone replica. I'm sure it's not going to be the plastic one, because they just flow off the hill. The wind to just blow it off. Remember my video? I done a video back in February of 2019. I talked about the view. I went up to the view and I showed you around the view, and we could see all over Cavan. Again, I do think it would be beneficial. I really, really do think it would be good. I do really think, and again, all the time I say, if money is in the best interest, I do think if we had it on the map, and if we put it as part of this is Cavan idea, and if we did put it on Tourism Ireland's website, and we showed pictures from the top, and we're looking all over Cavan, you can see the Ballyconnor Mountains, you can see all over Cavan town on a beautiful sunny day. I do think people would say straight away, we're going to go to Cavan and say Loch Huta. It would be a good tourist point for people. to go up, and even if we had nice park, we could make it into a nice park again. It's very one down. It's very one down there. There's I think an area station there. I don't know if Air owns it or who owns it, but it's very dilapidated looking, and I suppose that area is really dilapidated looking too. And as he said, it is an eyesore really. It is really an eyesore because we could make it into something better. We could make it into a nice park too around it. We could. There's so much opportunity there. Again, it's all about the money too. Is it feasible to do? That's the thing. I do take, and again, I always say to people, I always hate when funds are misused and everything like that. But I think it would be beneficial. I do really think, even though it would cost a lot. Even if we could get them to sponsor a bit of it, or even if we done a public donation yoke where people could donate to maybe a tenner, or have a public have a raffle or something like that. Say some kind of yokes. The people, members of the public can pay into it, and then we can say it belongs to the people of Cavan. It's not belong to the local town. It's belong to the people, and the people take care of it, and the people upgrade it to maintain it, and everything. Like Cavan Tiny Towns can maintain it or whatever. Again, that would be a good idea. That would be a great thing to say, that the people. It doesn't belong to the county council. It doesn't belong to the Office of Public Works. I couldn't think of that. Office of Public Works. It belongs to you and I, the people of Cavan. I think that would be great to hear, and it's maintained by the people of Cavan. It would be a good idea. Cavan Tiny Towns would do a great job. I do think they would make a great job with the flowers and everything like that. Would be brilliant with the flowers around there. I say because going by the town, if you go down any part of the town, there's loads of beautiful flowers. I can't even imagine what they would be able to do up there, especially if we give them resources to do it. It'd be amazing. It literally would be amazing if you have flower beds around it. A few flowers, it would be lovely. It would really be lovely on a summer's day. And not so much in the winter time, but because you'd be blown off the mountain. It's very cold now in the winter time up there. To be totally honest with you. But yeah, I do think it would be worth it. I really, even though it would cost a lot. But again, something like that. If we could have some kind of a lotto, I suppose, and raffle a prize or whatever, a cow or something like that, and people can pay maybe €10 for a lotto ticket. If we had 100,000 people, not 100,000 people, that's very ambitious now. But say, for the sake of say 10,000 to want all of Cavan, they're all like, I want this new car. It's a nice new car, right off the shelf. It'd be like 100%, or maybe even a house or something. We raffle a house. The GA does often houses in this part of the country. If we raffle a house in Dublin, take for example, a lot of people would raffle. We'll go in and pay €10 maybe for a ticket. We could get a lot of people. But again, this is the thing, and we could use that money to build it, and do community fundraising for it. It would be an idea, and it belongs to you and I. The people of Cavan paid for it. It wasn't the local authorities. It was the people of Cavan that paid it. Anyway, it's an idea.